Welcome, welcome, welcome. It looks like I'm the only guy here. At least one person send me a message. See if the chat is working properly. And if you can hear me properly. That's the main thing. No one out there? Everything seems to be right. All the connections are right. Nothing. I'm looking at the screen, the messages, control, everything. Just wait a little bit to see if there's any stragglers. Hi guys. Yeah, it looks like I will be starting the show alone. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome to the macStudioA show, the first pilot edition. That's what I've got to stop saying. The first pilot edition of the macStudioA show, series 1, episode 1. Basically, I'm making the show where I'm trying to use the least amount of equipment for the show. Like the only third-party app that I'm using is from John Barker from Here to Record, and it's called H2R Graphics. I'm using the Pro Edition, and it seems to be doing a great job. And basically, let me just see if this is working okay. All right. Think I've waited long enough. Anybody else coming? I have an excellent connection. Okay. Anyway, basically I'm using the Blackmagic ATEM Extreme ISO version, and then I'm running that with the app H2R Graphics Pro to run everything. I used to do it with the Stream Deck, and I've used demo versions of vMix and Mix Effect and BitFocus Companion. All those, in my opinion, created anxiety for me. It was too much updates to keep on. Like Stream Deck always has an update that comes out the woodwork, out of nowhere, and then there's BitFocus Companion, all great apps. vMix, Mix Effect, BitFocus Companion, and the Stream Deck are excellent products, but I just didn't want to deal with so many third parties. I just wanted to get to be a master of using the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO and connect it to the H2R Graphics Pro. And this is, for me, I just wanted a simple routine, a simple setup where at any given time I can just turn on all the equipment and not to worry about anything. Just the lights, everything are the same as what it will be for the next show and the next show, and the camera settings are all the same. And in fact, I've got 5 camera setups, which we'll go through shortly. I'm just checking out if everything is streaming. making sure that I'm out there in the world. And so right now I'm just seeing if there's anybody else coming on. I'll just switch to another view. Just bear with me, I need to turn something on. So here it goes. As fast as that. Okay, let me turn on the... Now I've got the buttons on the from H2R Graphics. There's a function where you can set the buttons feature on your iPad, and I've set that up where I can reach out and touch it. Probably I can try and get it in focus a bit here. Won't we go from the top view? Okay, let me just change to the next view now. I hope I do it in the right timing. Okay, here we go. Seems to be everything seems to be connected. I'm just checking out everything. Anybody out there? Say hi. At least I know that we're coming through loud and clear. Anybody watching? It would be a good thing to know. So we'll start in about a few minutes after going through everything. Think everything's connected. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go through. Basically, with the ATEM Mini Extreme, there are 6 macro buttons which I've programmed to do the super source, with me sitting on the left side of the desk, which is the position I'm in now, and then on the right side of the desk, which we'll go back to in a few moments. I have 3 super source on the left, an identical super source of me on the right. And that way I can, when I do the demos of the top view and everything, you can have an idea, or it'll be a lot easier for me to demo everything. So anyway, let's continue. So the super source that I'm using right now that you see are working is the number 5, which is all the odd numbers of super source, like 1, 3, and 5 is on the left side, even as shown on the keypad of the ATEM Mini Extreme, and the right side super source 2, 4, and 6 is on the right hand side. And we'll go through the super sources. On the left first, this is number 1, and as you can see, I have a behind the scenes in the top right hand corner. Then I have a back view of the M4 Mac Mini, and then a top view, the overhead view of the M4 Mac Mini. And then we can concentrate just on the overhead itself, and then back to the this is the for the demo Mac M4 Mac Mini. Now I'll move to the right, so to give you an idea how it looks on the right. So let's do that. Always have to make sure everything is okay. As I move, then I will click. Okay. This is what I'm gonna keep doing, like a yo-yo, back and forth. But it seems to be working. So let's start again on the right hand side, super source number 2. And again, it's you can see the top view on that. On the top left is the I'm calling it behind the scenes, and then the back view on the of the M4 Mac Mini, and then the overhead. Then I have just the overhead, and that doesn't need to be there. That doesn't need to be there. Okay, and then finally the third one. Okay, I'm going to move to the left position because tell you something, it's getting hot. So far everything seems to be picture perfect, but I need my viewers to check it out. And so let me move to the left. As I move, I will click. Okay, here we go. Oh, again. Okay. So like I said, I'm using the ATEM Mini Extreme ISO from Blackmagic Design and H2R Graphics Pro, the developer John Barker, and those are the only two things that I'm using. No other third-party app. Obviously, I've got the ATEM Software Control panel. I'm not counting that as a third party. That's the third one. So 3 things in total. Let me just see if how's everything going here. Seems to be doing okay. Okay. Now let's go over the show after we've just had a little chit chat, and let's see what we can do. Okay. These are some snapshots that I took running H2R Graphics. Oops, did a little mistake there. So that's some of the screenshots that you can kind of see. And if you have any questions of any of the pictures, please let me know. And I can clear that. And then we'll have a slideshow. That's basically my setup. And hopefully it should be running like each one. Yeah, I've got to change the timing on that. And that's the studio itself, as you can see. My overhead rig. And just some pictures to get you familiar with my studio setup. Right, moving on. I can turn that off now. Amazing. One person. I'm very appreciative. Welcome. Let me learn how to use this H2R graphics. Welcome, Valentine Persan. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Believe it or not, on the last 1 hour, I changed the views of the camera because basically I'm using 2 iPhones and 2 Sony camcorders that I've had about 10 years and a Blackmagic first generation pocket camera 6K, and that's what I'm running with now. And thank you, appreciate your comments, Valentine. Is it Valentine? Valentine. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Thank you so much. And now that I've got one person, for me, one person is just the same as 1,000. So you're here, enjoy the show. So right now, I'll just clear that. Hide all, you can say. And I will start. Oh, let's see. Thank you. Valentine. Okay, and I can take that out. And I'll send that over. Valentine. Perfect. Okay. Moving on. So right now, like, I don't know if you got what I said earlier, Valentine. I've got 3 super source windows on the left side. That's with me sitting on the left side of the desk, and the same super source on the right side of the desk, and each one are numbered. The one on the left is 1, 3, and 5, and the ones on the right is 2, 4, 6. Excuse me. So we'll go. I don't know if you did you catch the super source section that I showed earlier? If you did, let me know. If you didn't, I'll show it to you again, no problem. And by the way, can you let me know if I'm coming out clearly, if the mic is okay, if it's too loud? I still have it's still some work in progress, but I'm trying the best I can with the equipment that I have. So if there's anything that you've noticed or that's not correct, I really would appreciate your feedback. It will help me a lot for future events. So let's move on to super source number 1. And that's the top view. This is for the mainly for the show. Oh. Let me just put that there. Super. Okay, so you've called that, and basically this shows just an intro of the equipment that I'll be using for Future Edition, because on the 20th, so mark your calendar for that, of April, that's when I'll be using the studio properly, where I'm doing the demos, etc. And it'll be doing a live clean install of the M4 Mac Mini. Live, no, been filmed earlier or anything. It'll be a live show. So on the 20th, I hope you catch me on that date. Okay, any questions before I carry on, moving on? No? Okay. Now, there's one thing that I want to show you. Let me just, while this is running, I can add this is another super. Definitely, you will get tech, but this is just like a run through. This show has all been about sound, the picture quality, and just in case you're wondering, I'm using iPhone XS Max on the left side of the desk, and on the right side of the desk I'm using an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I wish I could have all 13 Pro Max, etc., but that's what I'm dealt with, and hopefully the picture quality is coming out okay on both. And like I said, I don't know if before you came on, Valentine, I was using the front-facing camera, but every time it just I felt that it was a bit grainy. And on an hour before opening the show, I decided to take a gamble and turn the camera around, and now I'm using the back-facing cameras in both cases. So now let me go. There's one feature that I'm going to enjoy showing on the 20th is this particular feature. I think I've got it all ironed out in the macros. I'll put the pip to the right, and let's grab that. Like I said, I'm still learning all this. There. A great thing about the ATEM Mac Mini Extreme is the select bust. As you can see, there's two pictures showing of the overhead, but with the select bust, this is the thing I learned from John Barker in one of his tutorials. I will select, if I wanted to put the overhead, I can do that. And this is a macro that I put in, and I can zoom in and you can see me from there. And hopefully, let's see if I can write here. Yeah. I don't know if this is the one camera. There's another one here. And then there's the overhead cameras that's taking the views. So I'll clear that, like I said. And then I can go back to the move back, and there it goes. I can change it to any super source that I wish. Like, since we're looking at the top, why not change it to the third one, which is the back of it. I'll move to the other side so that I can explain it a bit better. So with that, I will use the super source for this would be number 4. Let's go number 4. Here we go. So now this is number 4. So now I'm going to move the pip the other way. And now I can explain it a bit better. This is the Mac Mini. The other camera is up there. And the other Sony cam is up, as well as the Blackmagic. So that's what you're seeing right now. And with H2R Graphics, there's also buttons here that I can, like, for example, I'll show you that. H2R Graphics also has buttons. I'll try and get it into proper. Here we go. Buttons that you can change. And for example, if I didn't want the trailer to go, the ticker tape, or put it back on. So that's another. And like I said, I just wanted to use the minimum third-party apps, because trying to use anything like vMix, Mix Effect, BitFocus Companion, Stream Deck has caused me too much anxiety. So I'm just going to be honest about it. And let's pip that out and zoom up. And then zoom out. Okay, let's deal with number 3. Here we go. And put it at number 1. Top left. And then I can also have number 2. Yes, number 3. Okay, and open that up. Okay, so that's a slide view. I think I got the wrong one. I wanted to show you number 4. Or number 3 actually. That's the one. Let's zoom up, zoom in. That's the back. So these are the things here. It's ready for the demo for the 20th. So zoom out. Okay, I will just turn it off. And all this is running with no other apps except H2R Graphics Pro and the ATEM Mini Extreme itself. I will shoot over to the next part, because here we go. Let's go to that one. And I'm back here. Like I said, I'm like a yo-yo here. The reason it's not smooth going left and right is because I've got some cables running under the chair, so I've put a carpet where I can just slide over as best as I can. Really appreciate you making time out, Valentine, for the show. Means a lot to me. That's all I can say about that. And let's see if there's any other things that we need to go over before we conclude it. Any questions? Do you have any questions, Valentine? Just let me know, and because I think we can come to a conclusion, you know, until if this, I'm glad you enjoyed, like you told me, everything sounds good and pictures all okay. That's the main thing. Let's see what's going on. Okay. So I think there's nothing I can really go over. There's nothing much to do until I can see that you're waiting for the tech part of it on the 20th of April. So I hope it will be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and doing a live clean install, like from the ground up, basically. Like I haven't seen a live show with it, so I'm going to try it with the equipment that I've got laid out here, and hopefully the same picture that you're seeing here, everything that you see here will be identical for on the 20th. Ah, one of my long time viewers. FEUK. I wish I knew your name. It would be a lot better, but I am so happy that you're here, that you're able to join me. And it's been a while. I was thinking about you about a month ago. I said, I haven't heard from you for a while, but I've been mainly concentrating on shooting out shorts. I wanted to make 100, but I've gone over that. But really glad to hear from you. That really means a lot to me. You've just joined me. Valentine and I have been having a discussion about the show. He was my first commenter, and so 2 viewers, not bad. It's better than nothing. Anything you want to? Do you have any questions? FEUK, and like I said, so glad to hear from you. It's been a while. Let's see what we can do here. Let's get started. In fact, I should have started with "Let's get started." I've been wondering about a catchphrase to enter the show, but I think you've nailed it there. That's what I'll be starting with. Let's get started. It seems that you've always remembered that, and I appreciate that. So I don't know if you heard earlier, but on the April 20th, I'll be doing a live clean install of, yeah, I'll be doing a clean install of macOS Sequoia 15.4, if that's the one it is, and a clean install live. What Honestly, what could go wrong? Everything. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, must keep that catchphrase going. Most definite. Like I said, FUK, really glad to hear from you. Valentine, if you're unfamiliar, FUK has been with me on commenting on my channel for, I would say, 3, 4, 5 years. And I really appreciate his comments. He's been very helpful to me. And so glad to hear from you, FUK. Really, really happy to hear from you. And let's see. Funny, and now we're gonna be doing it live on the 20th. I hope you join me, FUK, because that would be really great. And just incidentally, like right now, is the sound coming out okay, and is the picture looking all right? It says that I've got an excellent connection, but Valentine told me everything sounds cool and great. So if there's any, I guess you guys would tell me if there was anything wrong. Okay, there we go. Yes, this is the main purpose of this show. That's why I call it a pilot edition, because to make sure that everything works. So if you can remember, or you watch this show on the replay, I am not changing anything on the 20th. The same lighting condition, the same cameras, the same settings. In fact, to do the show, all I have to do is turn on the lights, turn on the cameras, and I'm ready to go. And this is the type of setup that I've always wanted. To tell you the truth, I just got fed up of using so many third parties, like everybody's making videos about, Stream Deck connected to the ATEM Mini or vMix, Mix Effect. Great, great apps. But I really, in my opinion, those apps is good if you have a two-person running it, because trying to keep up, this is my opinion, like other people might be able to do this no problem, but in my opinion, it's causes a lot of anxiety. And let's see, everything looks great. Wow, this is why I'm so happy from FUK is like he seems to be catching me on the time that I really need him to watch the show, and you've come through, and I really appreciate it. And let's see, what other views do we have? Anything else that I need to say? Sorry, I couldn't make it more tech for Valentine. Has been he wanted to get to the tech. I was gonna start the show that way, but I basically wanted to do to make sure that the sound, the lighting condition, everything for what I've got, like nothing. I'm using gear that I've had for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 10 years. The camcorders are 10 years old, and I wanted to find a reason to use them very simply, and that's what I've done. Just next, like I said, on the 20th, we'll be going, and I think if there's nothing more to be said, guys, I've been on air for 45 minutes. It's been fun. I've been really excited to do this show, and I'm just happy that everything so far has worked out okay. And my main object of this pilot edition, believe it or not, is the intro and the outro. So in the beginning, in the intro, there's music playing, and I hope this doesn't go pear-shaped, because the outro, hopefully I want it to go the right way also. So guys, I'm going to bid you farewell. Thank you very, very much for joining me. And like I was telling Valentine, be it one person or two person is the same as 2,200 people. So you guys are still my valuable viewers, and I really appreciate you taking time out to watch the show. And so happy to see the familiar face, and it's made me very appreciative for all of you watching. So now we're gonna go to the outro. I don't know. And okay, don't go right now, Valentine. I'm going to try. Hopefully now the outro is the one that I've been working on. Basically, spoiler alert, it'll be music changing, transitioning to my logo, and hopefully the macro that I've programmed on the ATEM will turn my mic down, music up, and then after about 30 seconds it will end. So guys, peace out. Thank you. Yes. Oh, great. All these comments are coming now. Yes, well, basically, FUK, it's going to be 6 p.m. UK time and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you should, hopefully, you should be, it should be okay. You should be good to go. Just mark it in your calendar, and I'll be excited to see all of you guys again. I'm very, very appreciative for you just tuning in. So right now, guys, let's see how this outro works. First, basically what I've got to do is I've got to basically start playing the music and then press the special button that says off air on my macro. So bear with me, and let's see. Hopefully all this goes okay. Right now I've got my macros are Q for in the beginning, then live streaming on, and then on air, and then off air. And this is the one where I hope it goes well. So guys, thank you. Peace out. See you all on the 20th. And let's make this happen. I hope you guys can watch this. Here we go. Outro.